Good morning and good afternoon, Europe. Alex Senenthal here, your Director of Education for Events Air, and I am thrilled to be your host for our June webinar, Selling Events Air to Your Clients. This has been a fun one to do, and it's one we do every few years, and we've gotten a lot of requests, a lot of emails to repeat this. It takes a totally different approach. I think your guys are going to enjoy it. So I'm coming to you live from Las Vegas. It's here at 2 in the morning. And if I sound a little loud, hoarse, it's because I've had a bad case of laryngitis, but I'm feeling good and I'm ready to have a good presentation with you guys. So I'm going to turn off the camera. And before I jump too far into it, I do want to make sure everyone, a couple of folks, there's a lot of folks I know out there, could just go into the Q&A panel and just say yes to hearing my voice and seeing the screen. It's always a good thing to check before I go too far into this. There we go. Laura, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So folks, as I mentioned, today is a different type of presentation. We've done this in the past and have always had a great feedback on it. There's a lot of new folks here today because this is really speaks to sometimes the same people, but sometimes some different users of Events Air. And this is where I put on my PCO salesperson hat, and I'm going to show you how I would pitch Events Air to potential clients. 30 years in this business, I've pitched many times, and I also work with our clients all the time and help them, with their pitches. And so this is just sharing some of the ways we would approach it. This is not the way you have to do it, of course. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a set of slides here, which I'll show you, and you're going to make that set of PowerPoint slides available to everyone who's on this webinar. Okay, so with that said, we're going to be talking about our technology, our architecture. We're going to talk about our approach to database and data privacy. We're going to talk about group management, real-time reporting, our suite of on-site services, and we're going to spend a lot of time on attendee engagement because those really drives to the most powerful features of Events Air is the tools and the services that are made available in the attendee app. So that's why we're going to see the attendee app. We're not really selling the app as much as we're talking about all the different tools and services that are, as a PCO or as a meeting event planner, you could be selling or resourcing to your clients. Okay, if you have questions, feel free to submit them throughout the webinar. I may hold off on them until the end, but I will be happy to answer questions as I can. So again, everyone's approach is unique. This is just an example of how PCOs that I've worked with sell Events Air technology. And I'll be sending you guys the PowerPoint, and feel free to submit questions. And let's jump right into it. As you can see now, we've shifted gears. We're now Acme Meetings, and I am Alex Senenthal, Meeting Technology Specialist for Acme Meetings, and you are our prospective clients. You've come to us to ask us about our services, and we're sitting down with you to talk to you about what we can do for you. You are a meeting planner, we're Acme Meetings, and me, PCO, okay? So today's agenda, we're going to be talking about Acme Meetings technology. We're going to talk about briefly the benefits of our cloud-based technology. We're going to talk about a lot about maximizing attendee engagement and satisfaction because these are the skills we bring to you to help you achieve your goals in event management. We're also going to speak to our transparency and accountability with you, our commitment to our clients to give them the information, the tools, the reports, the data, the auditable nature of our tool to share with you. So we're going to go into all that, and we're going to just have a little bit of a conversation here. So what we're doing here is, one moment here, I just got to check one more thing. Okay. Let me just make sure. Okay, yes, very good. So events, at Acme Meetings, we've invested a significant amount of time and energy in creating a cutting-edge solution based on the latest advances in cloud-based solutions, and we work with Microsoft Azure. It is a powerful global presence in the cloud computing industry. And this technology that we've been using and have developed over the last years have been used for many years by other meeting planners as well as us to work with various government meetings, world events, sporting events, 60, 70,000 attendees, lots of security, and we're not saying this is what you are. Well, we just share this with you to let you know our product, whether it's 50 people, 500 people, 50,000 people, we're scalable, we're robust, we're secure, and that's why so many, and there's many dozens of others of these type of programs that have used our technology as their foundation for their meetings and events. Okay, so we just like to share that with you. But our technology is designed to provide a single source, one-stop solution for every aspect of your meeting and event. And it's a very important conversation to have around that, which we will pursue here, because it's an integrated approach. Our technology allows us to fully integrate everything in one single central database. Attendees, exhibitors, sponsors, speakers, accommodation, travel, on-site services, and more, mobile apps. Everything is driven out of a single database. And this is an integration of data that allows us to assure you the highest level of data accuracy and security at all points of your meeting. In days gone long past, you may have vendors providing meeting matching, and vendors providing exhibitor lead retrieval, and vendors providing on-site check-in services, and live polling, and all these different tools. And that was all fine, except that usually data would now be existing in multiple databases. And that really makes it challenging in today's security conscious world. A single database, a single data stream makes data privacy, data management, data security much easier to achieve because everything exists in one database. And you, as everyone in our audience knows about GDPR, and in different parts of the world, CCPA, this is out of California. In some ways, it's going to be as strict as GDPR, and other regions of the world are all facing these regulations around data privacy of our attendees. And we have tool sets built into our technology, and we have processes, and most importantly, our structure makes it extremely robust to making sure we protect data privacy of our attendees. Okay, it's an important concept. I'm not going to go too much further into our Microsoft Cloud, but we're PCI compliant to the most strict levels of possible. Our data security has the highest standards available today. We're scalable to be as large or as small as you need for your events. And through the Microsoft Azure Cloud, there's constant backups, constant redundancy, uptime guarantees, and their whole platform is a global presence with dozens of service data centers and nodes all around the globe, making sure we're getting the data processed and dealt in a timely and efficient manner. Okay, that's enough about the background. I just want to share all that with you. But at Acme meetings, it's really about the attendees. Of course, it's about our clients and other things as well, but everyone coming to your event, we want to make sure you know we pay attention. We care about your attendees' experience, and our technology is designed to make your attendee experience highly engaged, intuitive, and productive. We do this in a lot of ways on the back end of our technology. We're constantly creating responsive registration forms and mobile-ready websites. We make it easy for you to produce these, and they work perfectly on smartphones, on tablets, on computers, and to make sure that your attendees can access the data they need from any type of device. We also have tools, many tools in our system for our on-site registration and on-site attendee experience, like event check-in, function check-in, session scanning in. We have all these tools: self-service check-in, staff check-in, beacon check-in, and we'll talk more about all this in a moment. But we have this whole platform of tools and apps and portals to make sure that your attendees have the best possible experience from the moment they walk onto the registration floor. Okay, so Let's talk about that on-site check-in experience. At Acme Meetings, we have tools for on-site check-in services, and we can provide you different types of processes or even multiple processes for getting your registration process, your on-site process really taken care of. We have self-check-in kiosk, we have staffed check-in desk, and we even have off-site event check-in. This off-site event check-in is very popular nowadays. They can be 5 minutes away from your registration area, but they can have a large crowd of people in the hallway. They can walk up to a sign and scan a QR code or be scanned by a Bluetooth beacon, hit yes on their attendee app on their phone, and boom, 5 minutes later, they walk up to the registration desk and their badges are printed and they're checked in. They didn't even have to do anything. It's just there and ready for them. So this offsite check-in is really an extraordinary new tool, but it's all about the same technology, whether it's whatever the approach is, it's all ending up in the same central database, okay? So that's very important to talk about. So we're going to be actually focusing a lot today on our attendee app. We're not selling it to you per se, but we're going to look at it and talk about it because all the different services and all the different functionality and capabilities found in the app really speak to Acme Meetings, to the services we provide you. So we talk about the attendee app experience, and I'm going to demonstrate this to you. It's just a great way to talk about what your attendees will be experiencing at your events. And we provide a functional and useful attendee app. We have great pricing on it, and it's delivered as a true native app through the Android and Apple app stores. And your event app that you give to your attendees, your exhibitors, your sponsors, your presenters, everyone at the event has access to the app because it's the hub of engagement. Excuse me. It's communications, messaging, social networking, gamification, contact exchange, and so much more is found in the attendee app. And we're going to talk about these, and we're going to look at some of these, okay? So the attendee app experience is really giving a lot of different ways for your attendees to connect, learn, educate, and engage with your event. Gamification and our private social network are the social side where they can achieve goals and pursue tasks and earn points. And these are all designed for them to engage in your event. So it's up to you to decide how to use gamification. We'll talk more about that. Same with our private social network. But they can use the attendee app to exchange contact data. They can use the attendee app to ask live questions or answer live poll questions during a presentation. They can use the attendee app to self-serve their table seating and invite other attendees to sit at the same table. If you have an exhibition program, and I know you've mentioned this to me, we have exhibitor lead retrieval that is processed through the attendee app. If you want to have exhibitors and attendees meet with each other, meeting matching, this is a service that many of our clients really ask for, and we have a comprehensive set of tools for making that happen, and then it surfaces on the attendee app. Session surveys, distribution of presenter materials or exhibitor materials or sponsor materials, taking notes, so much more, communications, alerts, so much more happens in the attendee app. So let's talk about some of those, and then we'll take a look at them, okay? So one of the exciting things about about Acme Meetings, I apologize for that. One of the exciting things about Acme Meetings technology is we can create the excitement of audience participation at a particular presentation. We do this through live audience polling and live question options. Live questions, live Q&A is a tool that we use at Acme Meetings, allowing your presenters to receive and process and respond to live questions from the audience. And live polling is where a presenter can actually display a question, a poll question, and everyone can enter their answers instantly through the attendee app. There's a lot of tools around this. We've seen it so many ways in action. You can have a moderator involved. It's just really a powerful set of tools for that level of engagement, okay? Okay, and now We have ways in Acme meetings to keep your attendees connected. There's conference and session surveys, pre and post surveys, and session-specific surveys. We have detailed reports and metrics that at Acme meetings we will share with you. Attendees can message each other as well as message speakers, sponsors, exhibitors, or you, the event organizer. And even if the app isn't open, if you send out a message or you send out a communication, it'll be sent, the attendee will receive it on their phone or tablet as a push notification. So there's lots of ways to keep your attendees connected, okay? Keeping your attendees social. EventStream is our private social media platform that adds real excitement by letting attendees connect, post pictures, post videos, like, comment, tag, all these things, and they can post all these messages and videos and photos, and they can watch a leaderboard and watch a real-time display of all the activity going on. And then we give you another tool as part of Acme Meetings platform, so you can generate an animated video at the end of your event with photos set to music of your choosing. There's ways of displaying this and project it at various locations, and it's just a really fantastic way for everyone to connect, okay? It's also about keeping your attendees engaged, and that is the goal of gamification. And we have a gamification platform at Acme Meetings that is extremely useful. Our app, our system, our platform includes a powerful engagement platform that you can use and design, and we will help you design it to encourage attendee participation with your event. We'll help you design goals that will earn points that they can redeem for gifts or prize draws. And these goals are designed to drive participation for every element of your event. Do you want your attendees to make a point of visiting with your exhibitors? We can set up goals for that. Do you want to make sure they have an education level about your program or your company? We can have trivia questions that can help drive the educational aspect. Do you want them to check in to an event or a function or a session? Do you want them to connect with other attendees and share contact details? There's so many ways you can create these goals. And I'm going to show you an example in a moment as well. And we give you a series of analytical apps and leaderboards that you can use to track attendees, their point balances, and to manage the whole engagement experience. Okay, so now at this point, I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to actually bring up our example app and kind of show you a little bit about what it's all about. Okay, so here is an example attendee app. Now, this is just an example. It's on a HTML page, a browser, instead of in my hand, but it shows you the functionality. We do like to let you know that we can create our basic attendee app, or we can create custom branded apps to your particular event or series of events if you wish. Okay, you can change the colors and the icons and the formats, and we have all types of ways of creating an attractive and professional attendee app for you. But just to show you a few of the things, you know, we have the agenda right here. Hopefully here, bear with me for a moment. I apologize that it just sat too long. I've been using it for demonstrations, so there we go. So here we have, you know, our agenda. Now at Acme Meetings, we're going to help you design the agenda. If you're going to have a speaker program, we're going to help you with that. If you're going to have whatever you're going to need, we're going to build it into your agenda, which then can be used by your attendees to see everything that's going on. Okay, find out. I'm going to try and find some speakers here. You can put in luncheons. You can put in functions. There's all types of things, and you can do this across your multiple days here. There's a speaker right there, but I want to show you some other things here. There we go. So, you know, if you have a speaker program, we can include the speaker details. And we'll show you more about that. If they have papers or documents that you want to share with your attendees, they can download them from the agenda or from the speaker search as well. But here, add to my agenda, this is where they can add it to their own personalized agenda. So your attendees can create a personal agenda with just the details that they want to see for their event. So you can see there's different agenda items here, and they can drill down on any of those and see additional details as well. Okay, they can also, on any of these sessions, they can make speaker notes and export those details for any particular session. So it's a really useful and powerful tool for agenda management. And at Acme meetings, we're all about making sure we're there for you to help you design and build your program out the way you want it to be. So we also have some powerful tools around meeting matching. I spoke about this. This is where you can create meetings between exhibitors and attendees. And here in the attendee app is this attendee is seeing their what their schedule looks like for the different days. They can make notes. They can rate the meetings, mark as a no-show. They can message these exhibitors, and they can just have this full diary ready for them, you know, for their particular schedule for that day. And if they had requested meetings, this is really useful, if they requested meetings with exhibitors or exhibitors with attendees and they weren't able to be matched, because in the meeting matching, not everyone gets matched to everyone they want to speak with. You can go into a portal, which we provide as part of our Acme Meetings platform, and you can request additional follow-up meetings on any free time you may have. And here, this is where you can keep track of any attendee request or personal request you've had with other folks, okay? So it's all about the meeting matching. They can take a photo and upload a photo of themselves, you know, to the platform. And then we can tell you they can keep notes around the event. They can make notes and export those note details. There's a lot of tools for your attendees to use through all of this. Now, live Q&A, live polling, I can't demonstrate because I'm not in a live event at the moment, but that's where they would click to submit questions to the presenter, and you can have a moderator working with the presenter and answering questions, reviewing questions, pushing them to marking next questions to be answered. And the great thing is the attendees can be looking through their app at all the questions streaming in real time, and they can be upvoted. And that is a great interactive experience for your attendees to have. And then live polling is exactly that. Your presenter can create different poll questions, present them during a particular presentation, and through the app, your attendees can answer it, and 30 seconds later, the answers are displayed in real time. So it's a very powerful set of tools. But there's other types of engagement tools here. There's contact exchange, where attendees can shake hands with someone, and instead of swapping a business card, they can just scan the QR code or barcode on their name badge, or you can say, scan me, and bring this up on their phone. And then it'll let the other person collect their details. And when the other person is scanned, both parties receive the contact details at the same time, and you can export all this information. So contact exchange is a great way for attendees to connect with each other. Session surveys, just like we've spoken about, is the ability of after the end of each session, asking 3 or 4 questions that can be answered directly inside the app. Okay, so there's all these type of functionalities, but now there's a lot more I want to show you. At Acme Meetings, we have a complete gamification platform. We call it Engage, okay? And this is right here. And this is where every attendee can be competing to complete goals. You can see this person's earned 7 goals and 8,250 points. You can see a ranking of other people and see how well you're ranking against other folks at the event. You can see the different types of goals. Do you want them to install the attendee app early? Do you want them to connect and shake hands with other attendees? Complete at least 1 session survey, upload photos, go to a morning exercise session, answer questions, visit an exhibitor, visit a sponsor, check into a particular session. It's up to you to set these goals. But at Acme Meetings, we will help you design this platform if you wish to do this, and then everyone can be awarded and earn badges, and everyone can be earning points, which can be used for ticket draws, for prizes, and they can earn coins that they can use to redeem for gifts. Okay, so it's called gamification, and it's all about attendee engagement. And this is part of our platform at Acme Meetings. Okay, now we also have that private social network that I told you about. Again, this is contained within EventSAIR. Okay, this is where people can take pictures at an event. They can do likes. They can do comments. Let me find one with a comment. There's one with a comment right here. Good times, you know, so people can comment. You can post videos. There's all types of things you can do. And again, it's all contained in a private, secure network, so it's not shared out to the public. And it keeps everything contained within the network. We can project all this so on a large screen, and people love this. People will stop around the screen with their drinks and they'll watch the new pictures and videos coming in. You can post advertising and announcements as well through EventStream, and you have the ability to moderate this. So if you want to review the postings as they come in, you can do that as well. Okay, so that's our EventStream private social network. Now there's other things you can do in our Acme Meetings platform. Of course, we provide messaging to everyone. There we go. There's different messages between this attendee and other attendees, and you can see the different threads of conversations. Okay, this is from a particular attendee's point of view. You, the event planner, we can work with you on this, of course, and we can put out notices, weather notices in case something you need to alert, or you can even do this as an announcement. You can do a 5 o'clock announcement that says, remember, the gala dinner's at 6:30 and the dress is business casual. The leaderboards really works with EventStream, and that's where you can do leaderboards of, you know, who's leading for different categories of like postings or videos or things like that. And there's a lot more. Okay, there's our speaker search, and this is where you could see details around your speakers, details on their presentations, view their abstracts. You can even view and download specific papers. Okay, so you have your speaker search, and you can message as well if you turn that on. You can have attendee search, and this is where your attendees can search other attendees. There's a search filter there, and again, they can send message back and forth from their attendee search. And there's an exhibitor search and a sponsor search, and they can see where their booths are located, and if there's any type of a document. Let me go see if I can find a document here. I'll find one, but you know, you can. There we go. Company brochure. You can provide a brochure, and the sponsor search is exactly the same way. So you can provide access, again, providing ways for all this to happen. So Mabel asks, is there a sample app that we can download, a well-designed one where we can test and navigate? Great question, Mabel. And what we're going to do is, I'm sure everyone has started looking at our learning system, our fast track system, and our sandbox events. And the sandbox events are already populated with sample data. And our advanced sandbox, we're going to be adding things like meeting matching in the next few months. So you can use those, and that's available. In the meantime, I can make this app available to you on a case-by-case basis. Just email me directly, and I'll see if I can get that available to you. Okay, this is our example app that we use all the time, so there's a lot of use in it. Okay, so let me go through a little bit more around here. Now, scan leads and view leads. I know you've come to us at Acme Meetings about your exhibitor lead retrieval program. So instead of you having to rent scanners and printers and spend a lot of money on this, we have a very attractive pricing on our exhibitor lead retrieval process. And they can scan leads, and then once they scan them, they can see a list of everyone that they scanned. And you can ask, every time you scan a QR code of an attendee visiting your stand, you can ask them these profile questions. Now, these questions are written by each organization, so they're each going to be unique to their particular business. So they can write these questions, ask these questions, collect the answers, and then save them. And the moment that save button is hit, they're walking away, they're receiving a communication, a thank you email, even with an attachment on it. And then your team behind the scenes could be in a different city, could be looking at all these leads coming in real time. So it's a truly real-time experience, and it's just a great way for you to collect this data. Okay, I can't show you scan leads because I'm on a computer and I would have to be on my smartphone device to demonstrate that. But this demonstrated it right there. So we had the ability of letting you sell tickets to functions or box lunch meals. We'll do the photos, we'll set this up for you, and it's a great way, and you can collect payments through the Attendee app. We have, I'm going to switch screens here for a moment, we have a great tool here at Acme Meetings called Table Allocation. And this is where if you turn this on, everyone who has been assigned to a table can go check and see what their table assignments are. They can view the table plan to see if they want to sit somewhere else. They can click on these and view who's sitting at each table. And they can see, or they can click here and see who's sitting at each of the tables as well, okay? So there's different people sitting on each one of these tables, and they can either choose to keep their table or they can remove their allocation. They can, go select a different table to sit at. They can invite guests. So I'm going to search for attendees here. And I can see if anyone is available, and you can invite someone to sit at the table with you. So it's a highly interactive. You can control when this is visible, and it's just a great engagement of your attendees to communicate and connect and just have a lot of fun around table allocation, okay? There's also the ability of connecting to a Twitter feed if you want to do that. And there's, for us at Acme Meetings, we'll create custom content. This custom content can be a restaurant listing with map links. Pull up a map link there. A little bit slow on my computer, I apologize. But you can pull up map links, okay? Or you can, do custom listing of maps or custom listings of phone numbers, whatever you need, okay? There's one thing that is not showing here I want to speak to, and it's about data privacy. Now, and we're going to talk more about data privacy in a moment, but there is an option in the Attendee app that we can put in there about data privacy at the Attendee app level, and we can give an option to your attendees to hide their visibility of their personal data or display their personal data. You can make a default for everyone to be visible, or you can let everyone choose the first time they open the app. But if they're hiding their visibility, they won't be able to participate in event stream or contact exchange and attendee search. Their details would be masked, but they can still participate in the overall Attendee app experience, and they can always go back and turn it back on instantly, whatever they want. So we're going to talk more about that, but that is the tools and functionality and capabilities that at Acme Meetings we can offer you through our technology platform. Okay, so now let's talk more about attendee privacy. So we have a full platform of tools and processes to help you, our client, become compliant with data regulations for data privacy, whether it's GDPR, CCPA, or any other one. There's certain obligations you have as a meeting planner, and at Acme Meetings, we understand this world of GDPR, CCPA, of data privacy, and whether it's at the attendee app level or on the event level, we can help with all of the regulations and requirements to make sure that you are fully compliant with data privacy. We take it very seriously. Okay, we understand presenter programs. We have a lot of experience at Acme Meetings. We know how to manage a speaker program of any size or format, abstract submissions, review processes, all supported by our built-in technology. Attendees have access to biographies, abstracts, and presentations in any format, and you get to decide, because this is your speaker program. We're just going to help you manage it appropriately. Okay? We understand exhibitors and sponsors. We have tools and technologies and portals, self-service portals as part of our Acme Meeting solution that make it easy to sell sponsorships, to sell exhibitor stands, and allow your exhibitors and sponsors to service. Now, you also can manage everything directly yourself. But we also, as I already showed you, we offer exhibitor lead management services. You'll be amazed at the price point that we can offer this to you, that you can then sell to your attendees or your exhibitors. And part of that is we also have a meeting matching service, which we also spoke about, where your exhibitors can choose to speak with, to meet with attendees, and attendees can choose to meet with exhibitors. And then we'd match everyone into a diary or a series of diaries, and then provide portals, and as you saw in that attendee app, a complete diary of their meetings. Okay, we know how to get your attendees engaged with your exhibitors and sponsors on different levels through our gamification tools, through our exhibitor lead service tools, through meeting matching, through other ways. We have ways and we have tools to make sure your attendees are engaging with your exhibitors and sponsors, which is always an important part of the process. We understand groups at Acme meetings. We have technology and tools and portals designed to support your groups, both large and small. Smaller groups can register online in an online registration form and make a single payment for the whole group. Larger groups can have dedicated portals so the group leaders can manage their group, and they can do things like purchase in advance group inventory for registrations or functions or accommodations or travel. And through the portal, your group leaders can then assign out this different inventory to their groups, pay for their groups, communicate with their groups, manage accommodations for their groups. So we understand groups at Acme meetings, and we take that very seriously as well. So let's talk about a few more things before we conclude and entertain any questions. We are all about accountability and transparency here at Acme meetings. You are our client, and we will provide you with a variety of tools and processes and portals, so you are always getting up-to-date reports, exports of data, quality data, and you always are assured through our metrics and analytics that your attendees are getting a fantastic registration experience. Everything in events in our Acme meetings platform can be audited. You can track every financial entry, all changes made to the data, fully auditable to the highest standards, and we always make sure our books are open for you, because it's all about making sure we're accountable to you. Okay, we have custom reporting, and we can create custom reports that show you the data that you need in the format, whether it's an export to Excel or a PDF report, whatever you need. And we can export to different database formats if you need it, okay? And we had detailed statistical reports, so you have an easy way of reviewing data for accurate planning, event metrics before, during, and after your event. Okay, we can even give you your own portal, a dedicated portal where you can run reports, select exports, view client data, on an ongoing basis. So, we can provide you this data, we can send you reports, but it's really awesome for you to be able to just open up this portal whenever you need it and get the data you need, so without having to wait for an email from us, even though we're always here for you as well. And on-site at the event, we have tools. On-site, we have apps and we have tools, so our team and your team can connect through the cloud with a complete team of communications. We're fully connected at all times. So when your live event is going on, we will have real-time access to the database. So you have access to attendee data, contact numbers and communications. We have a run sheet management tool that you can either look at or participate in, or just leave it to us to make sure all the jobs and tasks are being dealt with in real time. So there's a lot of tools that we have and we share with you, because your event success is our event success, obviously. Okay, so, and the last thing is we have efficient inventory management. We have an alert system, so we know when inventories are running low before they become a problem, and we'll share that with you. And we also have on-site tools for enabling real-time communications between us, you, and our your attendees. You can text message, you can send out alerts, you can send out news updates, you can send out messages. All this can be handled instantly while on-site. Okay, so in closing, at Acme meetings, We had the best technology that we have ever been able to find, so your attendees will have the best experience possible. We're committed to providing you, our client, with accurate reports, real-time data, and state-of-the-art tools. And we're committed to strategies and processes to make sure your data is accurate, that your data privacy is protected of your attendees, and that we have the tools to be efficient every step of your meeting. So, now this is still speaking to you folks as our prospective client. If you had any questions, this is where I will ask questions. But now I'm going to go back and put on my Events Air hat. Don't worry about the announcements for a moment. We'll talk about those. But I want to make sure now, as Alec is Sennenthal with Global with Events Air, do you have any questions of me around anything I've shown you today? Now, again, this has not been our typical webinar. This is not where we've dived into Events Air itself. This has been more on how we would sell and pitch it. I'm not getting any questions, which is okay. You know, sometimes that happens, but I want to make sure if you have questions, I answer them for you. Now, if you have questions and you don't have them now, you can always email me. And as I mentioned before, okay, we're going to make sure that in your sandbox event, you're going to have you already have an attendee app you can demonstrate. You have sample data you can use to demonstrate. You have different types of data already pre-populated. And in our advanced sandbox, in the coming weeks, we're going to be rolling out our advanced topics, and we're going to be seeing more and more advanced data like meeting matching or exhibitor lead retrieval showing up in that sandbox event, and you can use that as one of your example demonstration events if you wish. That's one of the reasons why we've created the sandbox environment for you. So with that said, Laura has a question. When will we receive the presentation and what is your email? So if you want the app to see the app that I used today, it's a.sonnenthal@eventsair.com. Now, the emails that you've been receiving also show eaeducation@eventsair.com. I look at those as well. Okay, so, but you can always email me directly if you have a question. It's very important that you know that I'm always accessible to you. But let's talk about people who are accessible to you. We just want to remind you that we have introductory, live on demand, and advanced series webinars every month. Introductory course takes you through a journey of a new event build and is for our newer clients. Live on demand is really more technical, and there are 3 15-minute topics that are driven by suggestions from you. And then the advanced series, which is always led by me for the last 5 years, will always dive deep into Events Air about this. Oh, Laura, I forgot to tell you, I'm going to email everyone the presentation in the next 48 hours. So you're going to get a copy of that PowerPoint presentation. So I want to introduce to everyone, many of you already know Sharon Ross. She's our Director of Customer Relations. Her email is cr@eventsair.com. She and her team, and she has several members of her team, are really more your advocate. If you have a question about how to achieve a goal or to use something, and it's not really a support type of question. Now, our support team is fantastic, and you can always reach out to them. But if you need to get a customization done, a custom report done, or you have a question about a process, email Sharon. She'll be your advocate, and she'll make sure the right people get in touch with you, okay? Now, I also want to remind everyone we have a user-led Facebook forum. It's a great way to connect with other users of Events Air, ask questions, and share ideas. We don't run it, our clients run it, but if you just go to Facebook and search for Events Air user forum, Events Air users, you'll find the forum and you can join it, okay? And I always like to remind everyone, our support team is a bunch of great folks, but it works most efficiently when you go to the support portal and submit your support tickets. I just want to mention also a brief plug for our 2019 user conferences in Europe. This year is September 1 through 3, 2019. We also have our Brisbane and Las Vegas. And if you want to come to Las Vegas, we'd love to see you there as well. But this is a 2.5-day event, and people who go to this love it. We have all the leaders from Events Air, our team, including Renee Elliott, myself, Trevor Gardiner, and other folks, our CEO, of course, to educate, to share to explore. There's going to be more hands-on sessions this year. There's going to be some complimentary pre-conference sessions for either introduction to EventSAIR for our newer users, and we're going to have an EventSAIR certification 2-hour session and an EventSAIR train the trainer session as well, all complimentary, as included in your registration fee. Meals, networking, parties, it's a lot of fun. We really invite you to join us. It's going to be great this year. Looking forward to it. And folks, that is about all I can talk about today. Not a lot of questions, but send me questions later. I'm here for you. I'm sorry my voice is going a little bit, but I'm okay. So I want to thank everyone for being part of today's webinar. It's been a fun one, different from what we normally do, and I hope it's been useful and educational. I want to thank everyone, and I will see everyone back to our regular webinar format in July. We're going to take a deep dive into a specific topic or functionality of EventSAIR. So folks, have a fantastic rest of your day, a fantastic summer in Europe, and I will see you guys in July.